Take two. It's Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. I couldn't sleep. Construction going on downstairs. I had set my alarm to take a long nap. So I'm going to a meeting at 8 o'clock out at Nineveh, and I'm expected. And then it's just getting back here and then only having a couple more hours for back at work. So during the day is my best, greatest duration for chance to sleep in the middle of the day when everybody else is doing whatever it is they do. And so right now I've got construction right below me. And today they were kind of quiet until around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they started having a lively conversation. And there's a few of them that they just talk so loud, and it's like you can hear them, through the floor, the entire conversation. Not like really detailed, like you just hear the, I don't know what the word is, but you can definitely feel it and hear but you just can't make out the syllables. So you can't actually follow the conversation, not that you'd want to. It's the same thing with outside. It's like people talk so loudly that I can hear them. Entire conversations, windows closed, through walls. I'm on the second floor, and I can hear them on the ground across the street having conversations. And it's like, that's pretty loud. Is that the intention? That people in the building across the street on the second floor can hear your conversation? That's the volume? It's like, and it's not like they're talking over stuff outside that they have to be loud. Anyway, okay, so I couldn't sleep. So anyway, something that I hadn't had a chance to write about, or hadn't figured out how to write about yet, was just up and it's losing impact the longer it takes me to get around to it. And I'm afraid that I won't get around to it, or I'll remember it so much that I won't be remembering it as so much as the memory. And then I won't be remembering the memory, I'll be remembering the memory of the memory, and it'll just get diluted. And it already is. So, but I do know from my central impression that it was the very first time that I had had a dream, a lucid dream, with them in it. And it was just an ordinary dream. Nothing special was going on. I think I might have been at my old house in West Virginia, where I grew up, I think. And anyway, I don't really remember the details, but I think it was in the central living area. And out of nowhere, they showed up and just sat down. And at first, I noticed that they were there, and I didn't see them as being in the right place, and I was a little upset that they were there, and but they didn't seem to mind. They didn't seem to notice. They just sat down in the room, and it was like that's where they were supposed to be. And I just noticed that they were there, and I was like, wait a second, and I was like, well, okay, I guess they're here. And that was pretty much the end of it. It was just like, I just accepted that they were there, and they just sat down and didn't even pay me any attention. They just ignored me completely. Just sat down in the room, and yeah, and it only took me a couple seconds in the dream to just, figure it out that, okay, well, that's there, that's happening, okay. And that was it. That was all there was. And then, that was like, I guess, 4 or 5 days ago, or nights ago, or whatever times a day ago. And then just 2 mornings ago. Oh, right. I had, I don't think they were physically present in the dream, as far as like, I just remembered having a sense of them being around in the dream, that they were on location in the dream, but not really in wherever I was. And I remembered thinking that I hadn't cleaned yet. It's like, no, I haven't had time. I need to clean. And I hadn't cleaned. And I was thinking about all the things that I need to clean. And then I was like, well, I planned on moving apartments anyway. So it's like, because this apartment is, it's small. And, I've been planning on moving for a while. And, it's just, I have no real incentive or motivation to, even though I can. It's just because the rent is really nice. And for me, it's enough space. I have no reason at this time to just move for amenities. It's like, I'd just be, I don't need more space. I have enough space. It's just me. The only thing I would move for would be someplace where it's pet friendly, and then I have to cost benefit that. It's like, because any place I move is going to be automatically a couple $100 a month more than what I'm used to spending, and they might have like, pet costs or something, and it's like, how much does having a cat mean to me? Because it would probably end up costing at least $200 to $300 a month more just for the privilege of owning a cat. And it's like, how much does it mean to me when I can just, yeah, sure, I don't have a cat, but, I've got plants. So, anyway, and I'm mostly left alone. Mostly. People seem to like to invade other people's privacy from time to time. By, but it's, they mean well, I guess. I don't know. But the more people leave me alone, the better off I tend to be. And it's like, don't you mind, it's like, I'm okay. People seem to think that I'm not social enough, and that because I'm not social, I'm suffering in silence. And, well, however much I'm suffering in silence is none of their concern. It's up to me to, do things, be active, participate, but I'm not going to be, coerced or compelled or guilted or shamed into, participating. And it's like, and this is, I'm talking about recovery circles. So, I think I'm doing better participating less in those circles. They just stress me out. And, I forced myself to interact. I forced myself to, deal with situations far beyond my inclination or ability. And, it's like, I didn't, it's like, oh, people just assume that since they get stuff out of it, that I must be too. And if I'm not, I must be doing something wrong. It's like, this is what fulfills them, so obviously it must fulfill me. And it's like, no, not really. I'm forcing myself to do it, and I'm very uncomfortable, and I'd rather not. But I'm doing it anyway because, why am I doing it anyway? And I have to reevaluate. So, anyway, in the dream I had just a couple mornings ago, or nights ago, about 2 nights ago, it was just an impression, and I was worried over time, and And it's like, I don't think there should be any stress over time and being in a hurry and worrying over anything like that. I guess we'll just take it, it's like however it is right now, which is, I don't even know. I'm just trying to be honest. It's like, what is wanted? What is, so, I mean, I have ideas and theories and concepts, but it's really a matter of willingness, I guess. And I guess when the time is right, great leaps in whatever, because it's like, I don't know either. And yeah, I'm a bit terrified, but nothing that I should be, really. And it's like, I've gone through, and I think we both have, far worse. So like this, it's like, it should be good, I would think. But anyway, I get way ahead of myself, and it's like, I don't even know, like, my complete picture of reality, how accurate it is. Because I deconstruct things all the time, and then I try to put them back together, and then I'm missing pieces, and I've got extra pieces of reality, and it's like, wait a second, oh, this wasn't here before. What's this? Or what are all these pieces? I forgot about those. And it's like, what's over there? What's that? And it's like, oh my gosh. So I've deconstructed reality, and I try to put it back together, and it doesn't look the same. And that's just from day to day, or going to sleep and waking up, and it's like, this stuff happens. I have new thoughts, new ideas, new perceptions, new attitudes, new feelings. Everything's still the same, but I get scared. I get insecure. I get demoralized, discouraged, and it just comes from internal, So, and that's, there's nothing for it except for myself to acknowledge it, recognize it, and just be aware of it, not let it twist and corrupt and contort my ability to make decisions less contested, less debated. Just go on. It's like, yeah. So I'm trying to suspend my own belief, because what I'm used to believing in is not so great, and I'm used to being on the receiving end of yeah. So and I really, it's the easy thing for me is to associate my inabilities with dealing with the reality with which I find myself in, and other people, and social things, and communication. It's really easy for me to just associate all of that with an autistic identity. And it's because it is, and it's true. There's just no way around it. It's like, because there are some people that would like just say, get over it. That's precisely what I can't do. I will never get over it. I will never learn. I can fake it. I did that for a long time without realizing it. Just pretending to get it all of a sudden what other people are doing and why they're doing it and how they're happy, and oh, I should be happy too because I'm doing the same thing as them, and it's like, no, it seems complicated, very confusing and complicated, and I'd rather just not. I'd rather just be, if that's the cost of being happy, like everyone else is apparently happy. Everybody on, everyone on social media is happy. Obviously, they talk about how happy they are and show things off about how great they are and how awesome they are and how wonderful their lives are and how everybody should want to, have like what they have and be like how they are. And, because, obviously when you're that awesome, you need to tell people. And I don't know. I was thinking about how at work there is a few things that insist that I don't know, if they're so awesome, if they're so great, then why do they need to constantly talk themselves up and sell themselves as being as awesome or as great as what they, it's like, just do whatever it is you do. And if it's great or whatever, it's like, let people notice, let people appreciate. Don't just, I don't know. And then I feel patronized, condescended to, and belittled for not understanding things, for not getting things. Or people telling me things that I already know. It's like, I'm not dumb. I'm a little bit slow, but I'm not stupid. So, and then I feel like I'm defending myself, and then I feel a little bit self-conscious and threatened for feeling like I'm defending myself. And I don't know, it's like a self-perpetuating cycle until I'm able to extract myself completely from a stressful environment, and then just get to a safer climate, and come back. So anyway, I didn't really have much to say. I just, wanted to just talk a little bit since I couldn't sleep, and I will lay down again and try to, rest for a little bit before waking up in a couple hours and getting ready to go to this meeting. The one that Barbara, I used to take her down there with me, but it's getting, it's getting dark earlier, and she's, 88 years old, and traveling at night is a little bit dangerous, especially going into the winter months. It's not worth the risk being out at night in the colder weather. And yeah, so so this is very interesting, what's going on, what I think is going on, more so than just interesting. And it's like, the whole deconstruction, reconstruction. It's like I usually, just because it's how I am, I'm usually trying to find where I'm wrong. Usually trying to find how I've seen things wrong, interpreted things wrong, misunderstood. I'm having trouble. That's where it comes back to. It's like, I might not be right, but I can't be wrong. It's like, just keep believing. Just keep with that central premise. Just ignore all these other things that I just, just go with it. I don't have to understand everything. Not all of it has to make sense. It's never going to. That's the beauty of it. Or it's really cool. Is that it doesn't have to make sense. You know. I know. And that's enough. And I did notice that I don't know. I did notice earlier today when I was thinking about it. I was thinking about an unspoken, you know, maybe it was just my imagination. Just some sort of, you know, I don't know. I want to use the word connection, but that doesn't seem right. And I haven't watched any more, and I plan on it. I want to watch that most recent video and write on it, but I haven't gotten to it. You know, I don't want to get lost. And also, I can't help but, you know, look at, you know, other people's comments, and it's like I need to not look at what other people say, because then it just throws me off and bothers me sometimes. But that's, again, that's nothing to do. That's me, and it shouldn't matter. So I'm just a mess sometimes. But that's just how it is, I guess. I can work on it, and I am. Yeah, I didn't mean to go this long, and but I'll put it up anyway, because this is just, that's the other thing. A resounding sentiment comes back is the reality of me is so far less interesting than probably whatever imagined variant anybody else has come up with, based on limited windows of insight into what they might read or what they might see. The reality of me is very boring, and I don't know how that, but how else does anybody else? I mean, it's like there's whole tracts of time where I'm not really doing anything, and but I guess that's how everybody is. So it's like I don't need to constantly be on and constantly be entertaining or insightful or enlightening or funny or engaging. I can just be, and I don't always have to be doing either. I can just be and be silent. So anyway, I should go, I suppose. Am I really going to put this up? I don't know. I've gone off track a bit too much, and now I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious. Like, I can do better. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. Maybe.